how is Israel going to combat all these people who have been radicalized? I mean, Destiny, what's your thoughts on that? How is Israel going to combat all these people who have been radicalized that see their family being bombed or see all these atrocities happening?
In my opinion, I feel like the Palestinian cause for a number of decades has had legitimate support and legitimate grievances behind it since the inception of the state of Israel. And I think for a long time, the Palestinian people had nations with pan-Arab, kind of aspirations. You had Egypt, you had Jordan, you had Syria, all these countries that were kind of supporting their cause. And I think as the decades have rolled on and they've been unsuccessful in fighting for that cause, you've kind of seen these guys all drop off the map, except for kind of these more radical Islamic jihadist groups or these more radical groups supported by Iran, right? I think the Palestinian cause went from having the support of Syria, Jordan, Israel, to having the support of Hezbollah, the Houthis, and Iran. And that's not good. And I feel like a key to figuring out, as naive or dumb as it may seem, I think a key to figuring out a lot of these issues is going to rest in the world's ability to somehow negotiate with Iran to kind of get them to chill on everything. Because I think it's going to be really hard to turn down the radicalization aspect of people in the Palestinian regions as long as they have so much foreign support from what I would argue are essentially terrorist groups. In terms of like what can Israel do in particular, I mean, I don't know what that campaign would look like. If you're talking about like going in and like doing like a de-propaganda campaign where you stop, like spreading certain propaganda in schools or whatever. I don't know if that's appropriate for Israel to even engage in. I don't know if they would even have the support, even the Middle East in engaging in that sort of thing. But I would hope that any step that Israel takes towards kind of normalizing relations, which again is going to be really hard after October 7th, or at least for the coming years, anything where you're normalizing relations with the Palestinians and kind of like easing up on all the restrictions, easing up on all the blockades, easing up on all of the, the settlements and everything, I would hope that would move them towards a slightly warmer place in terms of being less radicalized. But I think that radicalization element, that has to be a part of the significant changing of the material conditions on the ground for those people. It can't just be speeches or unpropagandating people, I think.